Welcome to Zimwaves TV, where we peel back the layers of secrecy, laugh in the face of absurdity, and deliver hard truths with a generous helping of satire. In today's commentary, we tackle the growing trend of prominent ZANU PF figures rejecting burial at Zimbabwe's National Heroes Acre, a site that was once the pinnacle of honor but is now avoided like a cursed shrine. Rumors of midnight rituals, ancestral conjurations, and spiritual shenanigans swirl around this controversial burial ground. What's driving the exodus, and what does it say about the ruling party's crumbling facade? Stick with us as we unravel the mysteries of Heroes Acre in true Zimwaves TV style. Sharp, irreverent, and unrelenting. The National Heroes Acre was envisioned as the final resting place for Zimbabwe's greatest heroes, those who fought, schemed, or simply shouted the loudest during the liberation struggle. It was meant to symbolize sacrifice, honor, and unity. Instead, it has become a macabre spectacle where whispers of occult practices and political theatrics overshadow any semblance of dignity. Increasingly, the very people who built their careers atop this hill of symbolism are shunning it in their final moments. You'd think this was an exclusive club everyone wanted to join, but it seems the VIPs are tearing up their membership cards. Let's start with the most ironic rejection of all, former President Robert Mugabe. Yes, the man who held Zimbabwe in an iron grip for 37 years, the architect of Heroes Acre itself, categorically refused to be buried there. Mugabe's final resting place is a plush mausoleum at his rural home in Zimbabwe, far from the pomp and circumstance of Heroes Acre. Officially, his family cited personal reasons, but the subtext couldn't be clearer. After being unceremoniously ousted from power in 2017 by his own comrades, Mugabe likely had no desire to spend eternity surrounded by the same people who betrayed him. Imagine the ghostly tension if Mugabe and his successor, Emerson Mnangagwa, ended up as eternal neighbors. The afterlife would need its own peacekeeper. Then there's former Vice President Felikizela Mphoko, whose absence from Heroes Acre was similarly notable. Once a staunch ally of ZANU PF, Mphoko faded into political obscurity after the 2017 coup. Rumors suggest that his family privately rejected any overtures from the state for a Heroes Acre burial. Why? Perhaps because Mphoko, like Mugabe, recognized that the site no longer represents heroism, but rather the hollow pageantry of a party desperate to cling to legitimacy. Who wants their legacy tied to a burial ground that's become more about political posturing than genuine honor? But why this mass exodus? For one, Heroes Acre has lost its moral authority. It has become a graveyard not just of bodies, but of credibility. In the early years of independence, being buried there was a mark of distinction. Today, it's viewed by many as a symbol of ZANU PF's unchecked power and divisive legacy. Families increasingly reject the idea of their loved ones being used as pawns in a propaganda machine. They know that a Heroes Acre burial often serves the party's interests more than the deceased's legacy. Then there are the persistent rumors of night vigils and rituals. Allegations suggest that some ZANU PF officials perform ceremonies at Heroes Acre to summon the spirits of the dead for guidance, protection, or, let's be honest, pure political desperation. While the government denies these claims, they aren't exactly hard to believe. This is the same party that once fell for the diesel from a rock scam. Remember that? When a supposed spirit medium convinced top officials that diesel was gushing from a magical rock in Chinhoyi, they even mobilized a whole delegation to witness this miracle. If they can be duped by a con artist with a diesel-soaked rag, is it really a stretch to think they'd try to channel ancestral spirits for election tips? It doesn't stop there. ZANU PF's obsession with spiritual practices extends beyond Heroes Acre. Stories abound of officials consulting traditional healers to locate gold deposits or secure political fortunes. These escapades often involve animal sacrifices, ritual chants, and other theatrics that would be hilarious if they weren't so tragic. It's no wonder the idea of Heroes Acre as a ritual hotspot has taken root in the public imagination. After all, this is a party that has turned superstition into a pseudo-policy framework. But let's not ignore the practical considerations. Who in their right mind wants their grave to double as a spiritual call center? Imagine resting in peace, only to be disturbed at midnight by a comrade with a goat, a bowl of snuff, and a laundry list of problems. It's no wonder families are opting for private burials. They'd rather their loved ones sleep undisturbed than become unwilling participants in ZANU PF's supernatural shenanigans. Beyond the humor lies a deeper truth. The rejection of Heroes Acre reflects a profound disillusionment with ZANU PF's legacy. The party has long touted itself as the custodian of Zimbabwe's history, but its actions betray a cynical manipulation of that history for political gain. Heroes Acre, once a symbol of national unity, has become a monument to exclusion and hypocrisy. It is a place where only those who toe the party line are deemed worthy of burial, a stark reminder of the state's stranglehold on narratives of heroism. To the powers that be, if you're truly committed to honoring Zimbabwe's heroes, it's time to rethink the Heroes Acre model. Make it a nonpartisan space that celebrates diverse contributions to the nation's history. Stop using it as a platform for political theater and spiritual experiments. Until then, expect more rejections from families who refuse to let their loved ones' legacies be co-opted by a failing regime. As we wrap up, let us leave you with this thought. The real heroes of Zimbabwe are not defined by where they are buried, but by the values they stood for. And those values, honesty, courage, and service, are conspicuously absent from the current Heroes Acre narrative. Thank you for tuning in to Zimwaves TV, where we expose the absurd, challenge the powerful, and give voice to the silenced. Don't forget to subscribe. We promise we won't summon your ancestors for likes. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and stay laughing, because sometimes humor is the only weapon we have against the madness.